Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at some of the different assets that institutional traders or big money seems to be interested in right now. And then I'm going to follow up with some trade ideas and things that I'm actually looking at myself for this week that might be of interest to you. So what we're looking at here is currently the Smart Money Tracker page on the Edge Finder. This is our market scanning tool, which allows us to look into all sorts of different metrics. And what this data shows us is institutional data in terms of their positioning. And this is not speculation. This is coming from the Commitment of Traders report. The CFTC puts this out once a week here in the US, and it gives us an insight onto what smart money traders like hedge funds and banks and stuff like that are trading. Okay, so when we look at some of these different assets, it made me think about something. Let's take a look going down the line at major buys and sells. So currently, the US oil market, the US dollar market, the euro, platinum, gold, silver, and South African rand. These are a couple of the things that are the most heavily longed by institutional players, at least from the non-commercials component of the CFTC's Commitment of Traders report. We flip the script and we take a look at some of the not as interested assets, such as the S&P 500, the pound, the US 10-year, the Aussie, the yen, and the Swiss franc. So what we're seeing is that the lower half of this chart is things that institutional players tend to be more bearish on, or at least have positions to the sell side, or on the opposite extreme, we have the things that they're more tending to buy or be bullish on. Why does this matter? Well, if institutional traders are super exposed to US dollar longs, I'm going to remain relatively more bullish on the US dollar and things like that until something changes. Now, we can narrow in on this and we can talk about some of the other different assets. I'd like to take a look at the latest on gold. So gold here, another very commonly traded, very popular asset, in terms of institutional positioning, is sort of a mixed one. It's not like massively longed or shorted, but we've taken a look at some of the different indicators here that we've talked about in recent videos where GDP growth, inflation, interest rates, and money supply are pointing towards more bearishness for the gold market, where the most recent unemployment numbers actually pointed towards bullishness. Now, this is a little bit of a fundamental update on gold. This still is overall, from a fundamental standpoint, bearish for me, but when I look at the actual gold chart, the gold chart here is still looking pretty healthy. We broke out of resistance here. Actually, key resistance was broken here on Friday, at least this level here. So if I draw this in, you can kind of see where we left off on our Friday move. Big swing to the upside, right? Broke through this, closed above it, and actually retested here intraday. This still, from a technical analysis standpoint, looks bullish for gold. But then, you have to kind of ask yourself, if the fundamentals are bearish, but the technicals are bullish, what does that mean? Well, for me, that means no trade. So there's nothing for me to do on gold. If this thing flips fundamentally bullish, we might have something there. But for now, I'm waiting for this thing either to fail out and start putting in lower highs, lower lows again, and that could be a bearish setup. Otherwise, there's nothing here. Let's move on and see if there's more interesting assets. So if we go to the score chart summary here of the Edge Finder, this is going to give us an overall view as to all the different categories that we look at: interest rates, unemployment, inflation, GDP, trend, seasonality, retail sentiment, and the Commitment of Traders data that we just covered a little bit. It's going to filter this for the most strongly biased bullish or bearish markets. And what we see here, one theme that we talked about on the live stream today, was the NZD pairs tending to be very, very much on the buy side, which I thought was interesting. So you have NZD pairs showing up at the top, and at the bottom, you have also NZD pairs, but the counters being sold to them: Pound New Zealand, Aussie New Zealand, and Euro New Zealand. So going into this week with potentially a little bit of interest on the long side of NZD pairs, I already have NZD CHF. I'm currently long on this one. I like the overall uptrend, seems to be a healthy mover. I have my stop placed just below market structure here at the 58.30 mark. Now, we can go along the line though, and there's several other pairs that I'm interested in. How about Euro New Zealand? I talked about this on stream here today and would be interested myself in potentially picking this thing up on the short side around the 1.69 level and 1.695 level. with a stop probably above market structure here around 1.7. Okay, so that's a bit of a stop loss size and probably more of a swing trade oriented position. But let's just say you caught it here. You know, you're talking about 100 pip stop, 90, 95 pip stop on this trade. But the idea here for continuation looks really attractive. So I do like Euro New Zealand short on that move. Now we take a look at another one, Pound New Zealand, which also, remember, on our Edge Finder scan gets a nice overall bearish. In fact, a -9, which is a very strong reading. It gets a negative in every single category. Very rare for this to happen. AUD NZD and GBP NZD get all sells in every single category. Interest rates, unemployment, all the ones that we look at. So then we take a look at Pound New Zealand on the chart and we say, okay, well, where's the setup? For me, even if we get a bearish bias, I'm still waiting for a pullback. So I'd like to see this thing retest possibly like the 38.2% retracement, see if it lines up with anything. Not a great setup, but what about the 50%? When you look at the 50%, this looks a lot even better. So if we get a bit of a rally here on Pound New Zealand, you might see an opportunity here this week where I'd be looking to potentially sell that rally around 1.95757. I do like this trade myself. And again, looking to be long NZD pairs until something changes or bias shifts on the Edge Finder. So let me just take a second to pause and remind you guys that right now we're doing our Black Friday sale. If you would like access to the Edge Finder, you can get it for 40% off using the link down below in the description. I'd encourage you to use that if you have any interest in getting our software or joining our Discord community, by the way. Do it now. It's 40% off. It's the best price you're going to get all year. And if you've been meaning to join us, like I said, it's your time to do so. And also, I should say, if you have any questions about the Edge Finder, if you want someone to walk you through it, or you have, if you would like someone to answer your questions about it, what we're going to do is we'll also link down below in the description a way for you to fill out a form and request more info about the Edge Finder. You click that link, you fill out that form, and somebody from my team will reach out to you about the tool, answer any questions, and potentially even give you a free trial if that's something that you're interested in. If you want to get your hands on it, if you want to dig around in the data and see if it's something helpful to you. Again, it's how I find every single one of my trades. I have not, with all of my trading, I look at it every single time to help me scan for things, because it simplifies the whole process. I'm able to look through all these different indicators, all these different key metrics, and then just align them with my technicals. So I do like Pound New Zealand, I like Euro New Zealand, and we'll also take a look in regards to this NZD stuff. Let's take a look at NZD across against the Australian dollar. AUD NZD, look at this thing. This thing has been tanking with the New Zealand dollar just very, very strong relative to a weak Australian dollar. So this one, a little bit harder for me to get involved in until you start seeing a retest of structure all the way up here at 1.1022, let's call it. That retest of the 50% retracement looks interesting for possible continuation plays, but we're a little bit of a ways away. So I do like this one short, but probably not until you get a deeper retracement. Let's see what else. We also have on the buy side, we talked about NZD CHF, a trade that I'm already in myself. We could also look at NZD JPY and see what's going on here. So NZD JPY. So this one also looks like something I want to be long on, but probably not until you get a retest on this one as well. So we have a lot of like pending setups for this week, which I kind of like. I like having like a playbook set up before, things start moving, and then getting that opportunity when it shows up. So if you're more aggressive, you might be able to look for like a break and retest. So if you do get a big spike to the upside there, any sort of retest, I'd be looking to try and get long. NZD, again, across the board, looking attractive to me for now. So there you go, guys. I want to encourage you. Remember, use that promo code and sale if you wanna get access to the Edge Finder, or join our Discord channel. I look forward to meeting some of you guys, and happy trading. There's a couple ideas that I have for this week on NZD pairs. See you next time. It looks like you made it to the end of one of my videos. Thank you so much for supporting my content. It really means the world to me. And down below in the description, I've put together some of my best resources for aspiring traders who are looking to improve. I've got some free downloads that could help you, some broker recommendations, and if you'd like to join our Discord or get access to some of our trading software, all of that will be linked down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.